you know, there's a lot of things that you can eat that are not, you know, and you can build muscle and be healthy. So you're competing in triathlons. Can you tell us about that match?
Yeah, I mean, I started probably way back when I was 24. It was when I did my first one, and I didn't do another one until I was 33. It was right then is when I was training for that triathlon. That was back in July of 2005 at Lake Tahoe. And when I was training for that, that's when I started noticing more signs. You know, I'd get out of the pool and I'd be really dizzy. And you know, and then since my cancer, I've only done 3 triathlons, but now I'm starting to ramp up. I'm gonna start doing 2 a year. This year in June, I'm training for the half Ironman in Boise. And then I'm also doing the one in Emmett. I'm doing the Olympic in Emmett.
Nice.
So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the extent of it as far as that goes. But
mentally, to be able, I think the biggest thing with people is fear. You know, when you're faced with that kind of a sentence, a life sentence, you know, you have a decision to make. How mentally, you know, with crushcancer.net, I love that because it's such a affirmative, you know, you're not going to win. Right. And you have to have that kind of a mentality to be able to go down the road you did. How did you get there? What was your mental process? Well, at the beginning, I mean, obviously it's fear. You know, you're in survival mode. That's usually the first step, is that you're in survival mode and you're just kind of trying to figure things out. And for me, the mental strength came from, number 1, my faith, number 2, my family. Right? You know, if I didn't have my family, you know, I don't know that I'd be... Specifically, what do you mean? Just knowing I've got kids, I need to be here for them? Yeah, my wife was pregnant. My son was born 2 weeks after my first surgery. Wow. So, I mean, there was, you know, that, and then I had all my other kids were young. I mean, I think my oldest, let's see, she's 15 now. That was 6 years ago. I mean, so she was, you know, 9 years old, my oldest. And so, you know, it was them that gave me the strength, really. Wow. Honestly. Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm very, very grateful that, you know, I think I told you over the phone, I have a friend that had stage 4 brain cancer, and it was very hard. You know, she didn't make it. She tried the macrobiotic way, and, you know, I agree with you about family because you know, her kids are grown, but nonetheless, I don't care what age you are, you never get beyond not needing a parent in your life. Right. And she was a really wonderful lady, and that's why, you know, I really hope that, what I hope people get out of this message is, regardless of where you are, if you just got a diagnosis, that there's hope, that there's other ways. But number 2, if you're having symptoms like you were having of dizziness or headaches, to take them seriously and to listen to your body and make changes earlier before it becomes a crisis, because our bodies are like anything. It's like your car. I mean, you know, I think some people take better care of their car. I know some people take better care of their cars than they do their bodies. And we've gotten into this denial as a society that somehow we can put anything down, you know, our mouths are like a garbage disposal and our body will be able to handle it. Right. And it can't, you know, and, you know, you were a young, you know, fit male, and, you know, this came on and now you've been able to regain your health. But I just wanted people to hopefully, you know, get some kind of a wake-up call that, you know, cancer is a progression that leads ultimately to something. It need not go down that way. Right. So people can find you at crushcancer.net, and you've got your videos, you've got kind of, you know, resources and things like that that they can... I'm actually going to be doing some new stuff coming up. I'm actually going to be starting a blog, and so I'm going to be doing videos and all sorts of different things, because, you know, things change all the time. I'm coming up with new things. I'm going to be coming out with probably a vegan cookbook eventually. Nice. I mean, I have a lot of different things that I'm going to be doing. Good. You know, because I have a lot of people that contact me a lot of the times. That's the whole inspiration for putting the website together in the first place. Was I had so many people contacting me, and a lot of those people I didn't even know who they were. Were these people who have been diagnosed with cancer? Some. Yeah, but other people just... Yeah, they knew somebody. I mean, they had a family member or a friend that had cancer, and they came across my site, or
know my parents, and I mean, just through friends and family and all that kind of stuff. And I had one guy here in Nampa. He contacted me when I did my first half Ironman a couple of years ago, and he saw me in the paper because they did a paper ad on a clip on me, and called me up, and he had stage 3 as well, but
Wow.
he's not able to work. He can't drive because he can't find his way home. I mean, things like that. I mean, everybody that I've talked to that has had brain cancer is either has some serious things happen to them that can't work, and those kind of things, or they're dead. So I feel very fortunate, very blessed, because here I am. Not only have I gone through this, but I'm able to do the things that I'm able to do.
Right.
I mean, for some reason, I was spared. I don't know why, but for some reason I was.
I think where the tumor ends up being too kind of, because I know with my friend, one of them was near her motor skills, and it was inoperable, and they were afraid that if they cut it and they cut the wrong thing, that they would put her in a wheelchair.
Well, sure. I mean, before you do the surgery, the doctor goes over all the things that happen. I mean, when I did my surgeries, there was still a little bit left in there. There's certain areas they couldn't go into. So, I mean, I still had some tumor left.
So your vegan raw program shrunk the rest that wasn't able to be surgically removed. Nice.
I believe it, absolutely.
Nice.
And if like you asked before, what would I do differently? I mean, I know exactly what I would do. I mean, it would be heavy with the vegetable juices and the wheatgrass, and enemas and things like that. I still do that to these days. Everything that's on my website, I'm still doing today. The deep breathing exercises, everything.
And the deep breathing is for alkalinity?
Alkalinity, getting oxygen into your system and things like that. So.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for
You bet.
meeting with us today. You guys can find more on Chad on crushcancer.net, not
Right.
.com, and look forward to more information from
Yeah.
you. Thanks.
Thank you.